Hello, students, and welcome to this session. And today's session is about that I have analyzed almost 2 lakh plus IB results of 2025, and I came up with these three DP subjects which students often regret. Now, let me tell you, my aim with Lumino is to make the students aware and to make the students take a right decision. Now, if you are someone who's going from MYP to DP and going to select the subjects, I would suggest you to watch this video and take a correct decision. So let me break down this video. So now this is something that I have done research. I have gone through the uh, multiple results, as I told you, 2 lakh plus results for all the students, and I'm not a superhuman. Of course, I took the help of AI to compile all those things, and I have shortlisted three subjects which are going to be, I would say, were the hardest subject in the year 2025. And how did I do that? Now, and these three DP subjects kept appearing as regret risk. So students did, and of course, I after this I went through the Reddit of many students, and a lot of them have just told me, including my students who have done the DP, they have told me that these are the subjects which they actually felt harder, not only during that year, but it's generally these are the hardest subjects that a student can take in DP. So I would say that these are the hardest subject a student can take in DP, and we are going to discover what are these three. And I have compiled all these three subjects with proper numbers. So I'm not telling any of my uh, own analysis, but this has been the analysis that has been happening multiple years, and these three subjects have always produced a lower result. Now, when I'm saying lower result, it is not restricted to a school, not restricted to a place, it is for the whole subject. And you see, and they are not bad subjects. Students regret them when they chose them for the wrong reason, and many students have done that mistake, and I do not want you to be that person. And as I told you, May 25 result, 2 lakh 22,002 students have appeared, 3,400 schools, and 153 country. So as I told you, this is not limited to a school or a region. This is for the whole IB. Students writing the IB exams have faced this difficulty, and here are my top three subjects which students have regretted taking. And as I told you, these subjects have produced low 7 rate, but this doesn't mean the subject is impossible, but it can reveal where expectations and reality are different. So number 3, history HL. Yes, the safe subject students often underestimate. And why history? When you think of difficult subjects, something like sciences come in your mind. But history, how is the history possible? Now let me tell you, only 2.6% received a 7 out of 37,228 candidates who wrote history HL. About 968 received grade 7, and that's very low. Now, history is not hard because the concepts are impossible. It's because of the content volume, the essay structure, the evidence recall, and the time pressure that the subject has. And the regret usually sounds like this: I understood the topic, I just could not finish everything. This is a workload regret, not an intelligence failure. And this is the common thing that has been discussed among the students community, right? And yeah, history has not been difficult, but the workload has been very hard. And what is the twist? The students fear physics. Generally, I know I'm a physics teacher, so I know the students fear physics and they underestimate history. But look at the numbers. Physics HL has scored greater amount of sevens compared to history HL, and that talks about the subject a lot. Right. Number two, and none other than physics HL. The subject students fear sometimes for the wrong reason. Now, why that happens? When a student is coming from MIP physics to DP physics HL, the expectation jumps. MYP physics, if you see the difference, MYP physics have clear concepts, basic formulas, and familiar questions. But in DPHL, you have multi-step reasoning, mathematical modeling, and unfamiliar situation. And so much of things have come in such a less time, you are going to have the difficulty here. Now, you can understand the theory and still struggle with the question. Now, this is what happens here. You will understand the theory better, but you will struggle with the questions, and that has been a problem with many students. That has been a problem with many students as I take classes for HO students in Lumino. So I have seen many students struggling with questions in spite of understanding the theory. Now this is the common feeling that they have. They say that they loved physics before, but that love doesn't remain the same. So this is a common word used by the students during their physics now journey in DP. And last but not the least, the hardest subject I want to talk about. Now, yeah, before that, I also should tell you that if you want to take physics HL, you should think, do you enjoy solving unfamiliar problems or only familiar example? If the answer is yes, physics HL can be a right choice for you. And yeah, and the subject which I rank as the hardest and most regretful subject, it's Math AA HL, the subject where confidence can disappear fastest. And Maths HL has received 16.4 sevens last year. The regret is not only the 7 rate, it's also the fit and the expectation that this subject has. Now, let me tell you, higher MYP grade does not mean that you are ready for Math AA HL in DP. Now, this is something that many students take for granted. If your MYP marks, even if you are extended, if your MYP mark is very good, that doesn't mean that you are ready for AAHL. There are multiple reasons, and how the timeline feels like. If you are a student, you would have felt this. Week 1, you understand. Week 3, things starts to move very quickly. Week 6, when did we learn all these things? This is how the timeline feels for maths AA students, HL students, and really you need to be very quick. So what can be done? What happens in AAHL? Fast progression. You need algebraic fluency, difficult problem solving, and consistent independent practice is required to master this particular subject. And what is the biggest mistake that you can do? You chose it because you were good in maths. You should never choose it because you were good in maths. What can be done? You choose maths AHL only if your course requires it. You enjoy abstract maths. You will practice consistently. And math AAHL is not a trap. Choosing it without understanding its demands is a trap. And how your decision tree should look like. Does it intend? Does this course require it? If it is yes, consider taking it and prepare early. If it is no, choose only if you genuinely enjoy it. Now, do not select a subject for the status, pressure, or reputation. Always remember, select for the requirement, the ability, and the interest that you have. And before finalizing subject, check entry requirements for all the three subjects and their course requirement in the university. Do not make a 2 year decision using one good MYP grade. Now, students, this is what I need to tell all of my MYP students who are watching this. Do not make decision of 2 years just by using the MYP grade. You check yourself, you check if you are ready for the subject. Now, again, to put short everything, history HL is not easy. Physics HL is not only formulas. Maths AHL is not automatically the best maths choice. And the hardest subject is often the one that does not match you. And this is what I want to leave with. The hardest subject is something that does not match you, your requirement, your ability, and your interest. Now, please do send this video to all the year 5 students who are going to choose DP subjects. Remember, confusion is a part of mastery, regret does not have to be. Now, yeah, students, before I say adios to you, now remember this particular PDF that you are seeing, you will be finding this in one of my free course that I have done for MYP students. You will find that the description the link for this free course, and I'm giving all the content in this course for free. And you will find the YouTube content in this course, and in that YouTube content you will find this particular PDF. So please do enjoy, and if you have enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe. Please do watch this and send this video to those who are in need. With that, I will end my video. Bye, students.